California's new CalSavers program seemed like a perfect fit for Janico's retirement savings program, so I thought it worth investigating further. We stopped at the state capitol building to meet with CalSavers architect, state treasurer John Chung, and the program's executive director, Katie Selinsky, for a closer look in how CalSavers can potentially benefit millions of Californians.
I want to start with CalSavers, and if you wouldn't mind, talk about the rationale as to why CalSavers was born.
Fundamentally, what those of us who serve in public service want to do is we want to make sure that we provide our, in my case, fellow Californians with the best lives possible. So many people do the right thing, they work hard, they raise their families because of economic struggles. Their golden years are oftentimes times of great vulnerability. And so the federal government has not put together a better package to make sure that those who don't have retirement security from their workplace have better opportunities going forward.
There are millions of Americans across this country that do not have access to an employer-based retirement plan. They may work for an employer that cannot bear the administrative burden of running such a plan. And wonder if you might kind of describe the issue for Californians and how you're kind of seeing the landscape in terms of offering coverage around the country, because there are other states like Oregon, Maryland, Connecticut, Illinois, others that are doing similar things.
It is a matter of great concern when you think about the median American has zero savings. This is a crisis that's unfolding before us. In California, if you look at the numbers, those who are aged 25 to 44 have twice the likelihood of retiring into poverty, if you call it retirement, versus those who are 45 to 64. We know that employers are competing in a global economy, so it's making it much more difficult to provide retirement benefits. And so we thought we needed to make sure that we provided them an option. A lot of small businesses are competing against larger businesses, and many of them are huge advocates for this program because they recognize this gives them the opportunity to go after some highly talented personnel relative to some of those larger corporations.
There's a deliberative process that the state of California, the Treasurer's Office, CalSavers has followed to select a record keeper, an asset manager, and all the different functions that are needed to run a plan.
We had a RFP. We wanted to make sure it's very competitive. We wanted to keep costs down low. That's why you want to seek that competition. That's why I referenced earlier that we had the interested parties meetings to make sure that we included everything in these proposals in the plan.
Also, for the benefit of the audience, just like CalPERS, CalSTRS, and a typical retirement plan, there's a group of people who have oversight of the program. I mean, there's an administrator, there's an executive director, there's people that are looking over the plan to make sure that it remains competitive and up to date.
That's correct. So we have a board, it's a 9-member board. The composition is selected by law, and so a governor has a representative, the legislature has representatives, people from various sectors of the business community. So we wanted to get that expertise from throughout California to serve on the board. One of the important things that we understand is that this program has to be sustainable. One of the things that we fulfilled is we wanted to make sure that this program was not operated with a single taxpayer penny. And government has to understand that what we see today is going to be very different tomorrow. The economy is changing dramatically. The investment field is changing dramatically. We're going to make sure that this board and subsequent boards understands the indexing, the various programs that we're offering, so that we offer the participants the best possible options going forward.
Mr. Treasurer, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you, CalSavers, and the people of California.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you, sir.
Be well.
The California Treasurer brought up points that really hit home for me. We need to get all Americans the opportunity to save. I wanted to learn more about CalSavers as a possible solution for Californians and talk to Executive Director Katie Selinsky to fill in how the program would work.
We're here with Katie Selinsky, and she is the Executive Director of the brand new CalSavers program. Katie, thanks so much for joining us on the show. Let's start with a description about the CalSavers program. What is it?
CalSavers is a simple, portable retirement savings program for people in the private sector. who don't have access to a workplace-based retirement savings program. So we have a situation in California where nearly half of working Californians are on a trajectory to retire into economic hardship. One of the drivers of that is that 7.5 million Californians who work don't have access to a way to save for retirement at work. And the research shows that people are 15 times more likely to be on a path to retirement security if they have just a simple, easy, set it and forget it way to save for retirement through their paycheck without ever seeing it. So we're moving very fast right now. The board just about a month ago approved the contracts with our program administrator and investment manager. So the pilot will be open for employer registration and employee enrollment. As you know, Jeff, we have a 3-year kind of phased rollout schedule where employers of various sizes have different deadlines for compliance.
Yeah.
So the first one for the largest employers, 100 or more, will be approaching that deadline a year from now. So my expectation is that we'll be well on our way to ensuring that all those employers, are aware of the program, know what's required of them, and are ready to really facilitate the program for CalSavers, and that we'll have millions of people in the program this time of year.
But the first one to me is the importance of education and communication. No retirement plan is successful without the engagement of the employees and communicating. And if you build it, they will come, but you got to kind of lead them to where it is so that they can take full benefit of the plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Marketing and outreach and education are going to be absolutely essential to our success. We will certainly focus on more traditional modes of communication like paid advertising and earned media, things like that. We are pushing forward on multiple fronts, but then we're insisting on a mobile app. We felt like it was really important to have an actual app, not just a website.
What has been the reception from both employers and employees?
Very positive reception from both employers and employees. What we hear is that employers really want to offer a retirement savings program for their employees, but they give us 3 reasons for not doing it currently: fees, fiduciary liability, and administrative burden. And so CalSavers addresses all 3 of those things. We have no fees, the administrative work is very, very light, and they have no fiduciary responsibilities. Both employers and employees throughout the state of California have told us that they're so excited, they're so eager to get going on participating in CalSavers and get onto a path to retirement security. So we are so proud to be launching this groundbreaking program. We're going to make history with this program and really serve the needs of all those millions of Californians who are currently on a trajectory to retire into economic hardship. So I would encourage all Californians to join with us, support the program, get engaged, and help make this a success. All those people who currently lack access to a retirement savings plan will be able to participate in CalSavers and save for their retirement and invest in their futures.